What is good, Clyde people, and welcome back to the channel. It's your boy Bobbalam shooting my shot at Megan Thee Stallion now that she's obviously single since, well, you know, Tory Lanez is out of the picture. I mean, Lil Man went MIA ever since the predicament back over a month ago, probably hiding in Willy Wonka's chocolate factory with the rest of the Oompa Loompas. But don't worry, Meg, I'm shooting my shot figuratively, although I will have my gad on me when I see you. But anyway, last night, I'm sure y'all have all already heard that Megan Thee Stallion quite literally exposed, or if you want to call it snitched, on Tory Lanez on Instagram Live, wherein she explicitly stated Tory Lanez shot her. I guess she was tired of all the hate from people on the internet because she was seen going to the club only weeks after suffering bullet wounds and had to set the record straight since people were starting to believe it was all cap. And it still very well might be, but we got to evaluate all the new facts. So without further ado, Megan Thee Stallion snitches on Tory Lanez. Let's talk about it. Okay, so before we can discuss the infamous Megan Thee Stallion Instagram live session last night, I thought it would behoove us to review all the prior facts within the situation, because accusing someone else of shooting you is a pretty harsh allegation and cannot be taken lightly. So it all essentially began due to a report from LAPD that Tory Lanez had been charged with firearm possession as well as 4 or so bullet casings on the ground at the scene of the crime, wherein both Tory Lanez and Megan Thee Stallion were present. Tory Lanez was eventually let off with bond and is currently staying in Florida during the quarantine, contrary to popular belief that he was in the process of being deported back to Canada, whereas Megan Thee Stallion supposedly suffered glass or bullet wounds. We weren't entirely sure at the time, nor are we now, to be honest, but just know the LAPD initial reports apparently do not report any bullet wounds, but we'll get into that soon enough. However, there is video surveillance footage from a helicopter at the scene very clearly showing Megan Thee Stallion bleeding out of her foot and limping, so there definitely was a serious injury of some sort, whether or not she was actually shot. During the following days, Megan and her friends kind of insinuate on social media that Tory Lanez did in fact shoot her without actually stating anything incriminating, causing the public to believe this narrative for the time being at least. But then rumors start to spread that Tory Lanez didn't actually shoot her in the very literal sense, and that they allegedly, and I believe this is actually confirmed now, had some sort of intimate relationship and went to Kylie Jenner's party together in the hills, wherein they got in an argument because Meg was jealous that Tory was spitting some game on some baddies, and when the argument heated up to a certain point, they were kicked out the party and continued their fight elsewhere, which apparently got physical somewhat and resulted in Tory shooting the ground near her foot, causing bullet fragments to enter and wound her foot. So technically, the story up until the recent updates yesterday explicated that Tory was still guilty of the crime, although it may not have been as malicious as previously thought. After a few weeks, the whole situation died down a bit, except only a few days ago, fans started to question the validity of Megan's side of the story, for she did go live on Instagram crying, claiming she was in fact shot, but now while still healing from her quote, bullet wounds, she was seen on multiple occasions chilling at the club, which in my opinion should be acceptable. I mean, it's literally her job. She gets paid to make appearances at clubs and whatnot, so the promoters can sell tickets and all that. Not to mention, in the video, she was sitting the entire time, strengthening her case that she was actually injured while at the club. It's not like she was climbing the pole, twerking her cheeks and fingering her bullet holes, so why would being at the club hinder the legitimacy of her story? But either way, Megan felt the need to prove to the people she was indeed shot, so shortly after all the club attendance backlash, she posts a grim picture of her foot on Instagram with all the stitches and honestly just like straight up flesh pouring out of her foot, and for some reason people still didn't believe she suffered some sort of bullet injury, like there weren't literal holes in her foot, like you can see multiple holes. So at this point, I almost certainly believe the bullet fragment story from the last section of the video. Nonetheless, as I mentioned, people on social media were claiming her injuries were simply glass wounds, which is definitely possible, but I see no benefit of her lying, saying she got shot, actually only detriment, because now, as we will discuss in the next section, she basically snitched on Tory Lanez, which may have a lasting effect on her street cred. Megan Thee Stallion's narrative began swaying towards Tory Lanez's innocence heavily within the last 24 hours though, especially after a new LA Times article claimed that sources familiar with the exact investigation of Tory Lanez and Megan Thee Stallion said her injuries displayed consistencies with being struck by glass, as well as the fact that the LA Police Department's initial account made no mention of Megan suffering bullet wounds, just that she experienced a foot injury, which is already definitely fishy considering if Megan did undergo surgery to remove the bullet fragments from her foot, the hospital would have to make note of such an occurrence and inform the police investigating the crime. But again, we'll leave the analysis for a little later. For DJ Academics and other credible news outlets then post this exact article with alleged new information, or at least a new perspective since it was old news technically, and only moments later Megan Thee Stallion responds on Twitter stating, "Lie one more time and I'ma quit sparing you," likely referring to Tory Lanez, who she probably believes is spreading false information behind the scenes in the media to help his innocence narrative. But Megan wasn't having none of it anymore, for I guess Tory lied one more time like she's told him not to in the tweet, causing Megan to have to quit sparing him and exposed once and for all that he did in fact shoot her on her Instagram live, among many other details that we'll discuss afterwards. But for those of you who haven't seen the full live, may I present to you Megan Thee Stallion on the stand.
Like, I'm so over this shit. And y'all gotta know, I am the nicest, the most calm, just cool ass woman. Like, I don't be fucking with nobody. I don't do nothing to nobody. But y'all motherfuckers really dragging it. Like, I tried to just be cool, stay out the way, because at the end of the day, I'm really a real bitch. Like, I'm from Houston. I'm from the motherfucking South Side. It ain't like let me go run and tell my business to the motherfucking internet. Let me go run and tell my business to the police. Like, you know what I'm saying? I ain't never been that type of person. Like, but I'm not gonna let y'all keep playing in my face. And I'm not gonna let this nigga keep playing in my face either. So, since y'all hoes so worried about it, yes, this nigga Tory shot me. You shot me. And you got your publicists and your people going to these blogs lying and shit. Stop lying. Why lie? I don't understand. I tried to keep the situation off the internet, but you dragging it. You really fucking dragging it. Motherfuckers talking about I hit this nigga. I never hit you. Motherfuckers was like, oh, she mad because he was trying to fuck with Kylie. No, I wasn't. Like, you dry shot me. Like, everybody in the car, it's only 4 motherfuckers in the car. Me, you, my homegirl, and your security. Everybody in the car arguing. I'm in the front seat. This nigga in the back seat. I get out the car. I'm done arguing. I don't want to argue no more. I get out. I'm walking away. This nigga from out the back seat of the car starts shooting me. You shot me. I ain't get cut by no glass, but let me tell you why they saying that. When the police, because the people in the neighborhood, there's a witness. When the police came, because the neighbors called the police. This did not happen at Kylie's house. This happened damn near back at the house I was staying at. I was just trying to get home. We was 5 minutes away from my spot. The police come. I'm scared. All this shit going on with the police. The police is shooting motherfuckers for anything. The police was literally killing black people for no motherfucking reason. Soon as the police tell us all get out the motherfucking car, the police is really aggressive. You think I'm about to tell the police that we niggas, us black people, got a gun in the car? You want me to tell the laws that we got a gun in the car so they can shoot all of us up? Nigga, I'm scared. It's a fucking helicopter over us and some more shit. Why the fuck would I tell the laws somebody got a gun in this car and this nigga shot me? So I can get shot, you can get shot, she can get shot, he can get shot. I ain't tell the police what happened immediately right then because I didn't want to die. I don't want the police to shoot me because it's a nigga with a gun in the car. I'm leaking, I'm bleeding. Motherfucker, somebody, I'm lying, bitch. Did I pay a helicopter to come over me and record my feet leaking blood? No. How the fuck I'ma fake that? I didn't tell the police nothing because I didn't want us to get in no more trouble than what we was already about to get in. The fuck? I get to the motherfucking hospital, the police bitch being so rude to me. Well, what's going on? Like, da-da-da-da, you're being detained, da-da-da. Ma'am, I'm being detained, I'm leaking. But I'm still not saying what happened. Shit crazy. The motherfucking doctor, the police finally let me go. I ain't go to jail. Them 3 motherfuckers went to jail. I get to the hospital, the doctors do x-rays on my feet. Oh ma'am, you got bullets in your feet, got bullet fragments in your other foot. I'm thinking the doctors is the police, so I'm still trying not to tell them like, nah, I didn't know I got you know what I'm saying? I'm scared. Like, I've never been shot before. I don't have to lie about that. Why would I lie? You want me to be a bad person so bad, and y'all motherfuckers want to believe the lie before you believe the truth. Stop trying to come on the internet acting like a black woman, a grown-ass black woman, really got any reason to be lying on another grown-ass black man when all the shit fucked up going on in the world right now. If you really want to tell the motherfucking truth, I've tried to save this nigga. Even though he shot me, I tried to spare him. And y'all motherfuckers is not sparing me. That's crazy. That's fucked up. I go through so much shit on a daily basis anyway, then to have to get on the motherfucking internet where I'm just trying to make my music, do my shit, pop my shit like the bitch I always been. And I'm trying to save niggas, and y'all on the internet talking about, oh, bitch, you ain't get shot, oh, bitch, you this, oh, free tour. That nigga not in jail. He not in jail because I didn't tell the laws what happened as soon as it happened, and I should have. I'm smart. I didn't have to spare that nigga. I don't have to spare nobody, but I did, and I'm done. Y'all asking where people at? Why ain't nobody saying nothing? Ask them why they not saying nothing. I haven't talked to the same people. Y'all worry about where they at. I don't lie. I don't have to lie. Ask that nigga why he not saying nothing. What the fuck he gonna get on here and say? Yeah, I shot her. Why? Tell him why you shot me. No reason. Stop fucking lying on me. Stop fucking acting like black women is the motherfucking problem. Stop acting like black women is aggressive when all they be doing is speaking the motherfucking facts and you motherfuckers can't handle it. Stop spreading lies. Stop getting on the internet acting like this shit your motherfucking diary. Stop lying on people. Truth motherfucking is, bitch, you shot me. You scared to come tell everybody that you fucking shot me, and you got your whole fucking team on the internet lying, trying to cover your motherfucking ass. And I'm tired of it. Stop doing that shit. Stop dragging me, and y'all motherfuckers don't even know what really motherfucking happened. Y'all niggas wasn't there. Y'all motherfuckers be so quick. Oh, but bitch, you a dry snitch. Oh, da-da-da. Who? You niggas talk more than bitches do. You niggas gonna tell on other people quicker than a bitch will. So don't ever play in my face like I'm wrong. Y'all niggas don't know no code. Y'all niggas don't know no loyalty. I don't even know where half you motherfuckers be from on the internet. Stop playing with me and don't play in my face no more. Okay? And that was that.
So as we all just clearly witnessed, Megan Thee Stallion pretty much aired out all her truths on the matter. Firstly, and most importantly, exposing Tory Lanez outright for shooting her and being the cause of her injuries. She also claims that the reason she came out snitching on him was because he hired his publicist to spread propaganda in the media that he did not actually shoot Megan Thee Stallion despite the previous narrative, causing the public to believe it was simply a glass wound. And while this is an acceptable practice most of the time, because that is exactly why you hire a publicist, Tory's PR campaign was being executed at the expense of Megan's reputation, even though she was allegedly the victim, who also, for that matter, was assisting this same PR campaign by not snitching on him this whole time. That is, if what she says is true, because we honestly don't know for sure, although I don't see why she would lie again. In fact, Megan said in the same live that the only reason the initial report does not list bullet wounds as the injury is because she herself claimed it was just glass to the police in the hospital for her own and Tory's safety, for she believed if they told the police there was a gun present, they may have been violent or even lethal to Megan and everyone involved. So perhaps the very initial report that Tory's team was publicizing, stating that it was simply a glass wound, was not the updated report that the hospital would have corrected later on, since, well, they would have quite literally found bullet fragments in her foot when she got surgery. Not to mention, Megan adds that there is allegedly a witness who originally called the police, so likely they will be called whenever the investigation is over and Tory is held in criminal trial. Ultimately, likely proving that Tory did shoot her, because why would she lie when she knows there's a witness who can easily just defend Tory and say that didn't actually happen? She also denies all the previous rumors in the first story Tory that the fight was physical and that she got jealous at the Kylie Jenner party, as well as explains the whole story in more detail, and that she was in the front seat of the car while Tory and her homegirl were in the back, and after arguing for too long with Tory, I guess, she stepped out the vehicle, by which Tory Lanez then shot at her multiple times for no reason, according to her, seemingly lining up with all the evidence we have received thus far. But personally, I believe there had to be much more motive for Tory to randomly shoot her. It wasn't just for no reason, unless he was like cracked out off that Willy Wonka chocolate or something. But after police arrived, Tory, his security, and Megan's friend were jailed while Megan was treated at the hospital, and that's really about it for her story on Live. But here's where it gets interesting. I've watched a few videos on YouTube in regards to this very subject and skimmed through social media to gauge a general consensus on who people actually believe within this situation, and still some people don't believe Tory shot Megan. Like, the dude isn't known for having little man syndrome, wanting to smoke with Drake, Travis Scott, Cardi, and Pierre, everyone who doesn't let him walk all over them. Now, I am not saying he did it for sure, because I honestly have no idea, I wasn't there, but let's be real, there is overwhelming evidence that whether he actually shot her directly, Tory had a gun, fact, there were bullet casings on the ground at the scene of the crime, fact, from his gun, fact, meaning shots were fired, and Megan's foot was terribly injured, fact. I don't really think anybody cares about if the bullet went directly into her foot or if he shot at the Hollywood sign and it bounced off and hit her after, bouncing off like the moon or something, or even just broke off a shard of glass from the billboard and that cut her indirectly. He still technically inflicted harm on her, most likely. Yet still, somehow the hip-hop detectives with PhDs in diagnosing bullet wounds through their Instagram are attempting to poke holes in her story, and that they claim Megan said she stepped out the vehicle and got shot by Tory. Yet when the police show up, she was back in the vehicle, so she was obviously lying in the first place, because that doesn't make sense. Like, Megan couldn't get back in the car after not being able to walk because her foot was so injured. Not to mention, she did say she was scared of the cops shooting at them, knowing there was a gun at the scene, so that's probably the best protection, even though her original shooter was in the car. So her story completely makes sense. There's no holes that you can poke through it for all the detectives. But that is not to say I don't think she has potential to stretch the truth a bit, because she probably did in some facets, such as that Tory shot her for no reason. Like, I'm sorry, but he definitely had a reason, whether it was justified or not. They were in a fight, but that shouldn't disprove her side of the story though. But with all that being said, one thing remains, in that Tory Lanez has maintained his silence throughout, which has probably helped his case tenfold, considering a lot of the general public thinks Megan is going crazy right now and or lying about what actually happened. Her story seems to add up to me logically though, as someone who has been arrested before. Nothing serious like that, it got expunged, but like, I do understand fully why she wouldn't say she was shot, because that very much complicates things with the situation. If cops know someone has a gun at the scene, it could get dangerous real fast. But either way, whoever you believe, Megan did technically snitch on Tory Lanez for shooting her. Therefore, we can expect in all likelihood his arrest or detainment in the coming days, maybe even today, since now there is a confession by one of the involved parties on record. Pray for Megan and Tory, as I don't want to see anything bad to happen to either of them. So with that, it's your boy Bobbalam signing off, hiring Tory Lanez PR agency for when I get into some funny business in the future, because they killing it, not gonna lie. Let me know in the comments if you believe Megan Thee Stallion, that Tory Lanez shot her. Make sure to like and subscribe while you're at it for the latest hip-hop news, drama, and analysis videos, as well as to follow me on all my socials in the description, and join the Bob Gang if you with it. Peace out, cutter people. Know what I'm saying?